Art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. Welcome to Travel+Mystery, and I am your host, Justin Adair. On today's video, we're going to talk about art. Art that inspires me. We're going to create art that has a mystery. I am the rhythm. This is my dance floor. Let's get into it. You want to level up on editing your videos because you don't just want them to look good, you want them to feel authentic. I've been leveling up using CapCut. Now, I'm sure there are tons of different apps out there that you can use and probably ones that other people would recommend, but CapCut is the app for me. And what I really like about it is how easy it is to control everything, like the pacing, cuts, the music. I can slow things down when I want something to feel emotional or speed it up to keep things engaging. It really helps you set a mood, especially if you're making a YouTube channel. But you can also use it for TikTok, Instagram, and you can edit photos. So if you've been thinking about starting content or you just want your videos to feel more put together, I definitely recommend trying it out.
The rhythm.
This is my dance floor. Let's get into it.
Art should inspire art. There are some people in the world who believe that people who are artists, there's lack of money involved. It's a hard path. There are people who think that they just want to do it for attention. Art should get your attention, as I want to inspire something or provoke something within you, or give you a different perspective. You have been looking at something this way when I can show you something this way. Art for me has been very inspiring and helpful. In 2010, I lost my grandmother, and she was a very important person in my life. I dabbled in art, I took art classes, and I got to express myself through photography, and realizing that I was expressing my grief. There's so many different forms of art. There's so many different ways to be able to express it through photography, dance, singing, music, filmmaking. What I love the most is collaborative art, when two different people from different perspectives come together and create something. My perspective and what I want to put out into the world, yes, it can be unique and it can be amazing, but if somebody else kind of comes in and goes, but sees it a different way, like, I see what you're putting down and I see it this way, and you build something together and it's magical, and it was something better than what you could have just built on your own, because now you have different flavors, different styles that combined grief of a loved one, or you're feeling a little bit messy, or you're feeling a little down, or you're in a really great mood. You get to your canvas, whatever that may be, and you create something. You realize how it can either shift your mood or how it can express that mood in a way that you weren't expecting. People will say, oh, I'm not an artist. That's not true. Life is art. We all are an artist in our own way. You might not have want to be an artist professionally. You might not went to school to be an artist. You might not even see yourself as an artist. But the truth is that human beings create art every day, whether it's destructive or whether it's inspiring. Art inspires art. What you put out into the world, someone else sees that and goes, that's amazing. I like that idea and I want to create something from that idea. And then that idea expands. Or saying, oh, that's ugly. I don't like that. Still them taking in the perspective. That's still them taking in the art because they're saying maybe something that's appearing to be negative, but it really has nothing to do with the artist because art is a projection. Art is not right or wrong. It's not about the artist anymore. So if someone is saying something negative about your art, it's more to do with them and making them think, why do I think that's ugly? Why does that disturb me? The art that inspires me, hmm, well, I inspire me. Let's start there. I think artists that aren't seen or in mainstream makes me interested to see what they have to offer. Weird art that is a little odd or a little dark. The thing about art is that you could be making a masterpiece and you don't even know it. The Starry Night. The painting was created in mid-June 1889, inspired by the view from Van Gogh's bedroom window at the St. Paul Mental Asylum. Van Gogh voluntarily admitted himself on May 8, 1889, following a mental breakdown in his infamous act cut off his left ear with a razor. He wrapped the ear in a piece of paper and presented it to a prostitute at a local brothel. When I look at the Starry Night and how I've always looked at the Starry Night is just with such urgency. And I really don't know why I feel like I need to know what's going on in the city, but I'm going to say this, and it's going to be controversial, or at least me saying this word has been very controversial. Saying this word as an artist or person is simple. It's the texture, the details. Yes, it's more than simple. It's probably scientific at this point. But what I mean by simple is a simple idea of just his view from his room. And every day we can look at something and we can say that's simple. But someone else can look at it and go, but there's complexity behind it. And this painting makes me feel multiple of things. The Persistence of Memory, painted by Salvador Dali in 1931. The painting was created during a time of great political instability in Spain. The melting clock represents the fluidity and subjectivity of time, challenging its rigid, objective nature. I mean, this painting speaks for itself to me. The time melting, and maybe when I first saw this painting, I didn't have the same feelings about it. You know, obviously, with the knowledge that you learn behind the painting, it really does influence how you see a painting. But as I'm looking at it, time is an illusion. Is time even real? No. The ants referencing decay. Yeah. It's genius. The Scream, painted by Norwegian artist Edvard Munch in 1893, representing existential angst. The figure is likely covering its ears to block out the scream, rather than screaming itself. Munch created 4 versions using different materials between 1893 and 1910. What I like about this painting is that it's not a human face. It's a figure-like person. Also, the thing about this painting, Scream, I'm not quite sure if it influenced, but I think it's fair to say that it might have influenced the Scream movie with the mask and the long face, which, you know, can be now interpreted as scary, horror, thriller. But when I look at this painting, I don't necessarily think that was the intent. Is that there is always going to be screams and fear and things that shock us. And sometimes we want to tone it out and just think inwardly and feel safe in our own being. That's what I feel from this painting. Saturn Devouring His Son is a masterpiece of dark art by Francisco Goya, originally painted directly on his walls of his home. Based on a Roman myth, Saturn fearing a prophecy that one of his children overthrow him, so he ate them. Goya did not leave a title for this piece. It was named Saturn Devouring His Son by others after his death. Art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. I don't know if I quite feel comforted. I do like that stream of colors, and it's not, and it's abstract. From his mouth to the person he is holding. I do like the abstract of it all, and it does make you wonder what's going on here. Not my favorite. I will say this does make me a little uncomfortable, and that's a good thing. Remember, the only rule of art is to break the rule. There are no fucking rules. Thank you for watching this video of Travel+Mystery. I appreciate you being here as always. Please like and subscribe. Do what you can because we do what we can with what we got. I will see you next time.